Hi, you're just in time. I want to introduce you to one of the brightest comic talents around. His name is Michael Keaton. We saw him in Night Shift, and now Mr. Mom from 20th Century Fox. Michael Keaton is Jack Butler, a house husband. Your wife is now working while you're laid off from the automotive plant in Detroit. Heck of a job to have, isn't it? The one in Detroit, I mean.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Michael, I wanted to tell you right off the bat that in Kansas City, the film critics and reviewers voted you Best Supporting Actor of last year. I just wish the Academy people had seen it that way.
Yeah, thanks. That's nice.
Really one of the brightest debuts I think I've ever seen.
Thanks. I saw that. They sent that to me not long ago. It was.
What did you think personally of Night Shift?
Oh, Night Shift, I absolutely loved Night Shift. I think it was great because it was really a fun experience, so that you're probably always a little jaded by that.
Was it a necessary thing in your career then to get to Mr. Mom?
It's what I wanted to do. I wanted to take a character and who was different from that. I didn't know that I'd get the chance, but I thought just wait it out for a while, you know, and get one of those. So that's what I did. I picked it because it's a departure, you know.
You have a new baby, I understand.
Yeah.
So a lot of the action in the film, I guess, is closer to your heart than we might think.
Yeah, I always want to have. I like kids. I like babies a lot, and I didn't have him then though. My wife was pregnant during the movie, so there was nothing for me to like.
As an afterthought, though, you can see the similarities, perhaps.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What has been the toughest part about bringing up a child since it has happened in your life?
Keeping your hands off him. I think not. You know, you're at that stage where you just don't know what to do with him. You just want to grab his little face, you know. He's just, plus he's just a killer. I mean, just a killer kid. I don't mean he's a killer.
In fact, his face is on every post office wall.
Yeah, that's right. He's so cute. That's probably the hardest thing, because he's not very hard. He's got a nice personality.
You come out of a lot of improvisational training, and I'm wondering, either with John Hughes or with director Sandra Gotti, if you had a chance to inject some of your own bits of business into the action.
Not as much as Night Shift, and not as much as a couple of other things I did, but a little bit. More like just tack on some things. What it's really become with me more lately is not improvising so much as taking it and then saying, let's get, you know, like to the essence of the scene and maybe rewriting it or not really restructuring, but doing it, getting down to what you really have to do and throw out the other stuff. So it's almost become more of a writing thing than an improvising thing. Then once I do it and get it up, Terry likes to improvise a little bit and just a wee little bit, like within the framework.
But as long as there's a kind of an underpinning.
Oh, have to, man. I hate bad improvisation in movies. Is really stupid. Bad improvisation like on stage is actually fun, I think.
As compared to Billy Blaze in Night Shift, your character initially at least is a much more steady, moderate fellow.
Oh yeah.
But I like the way that the film shows you gradually becoming unraveled.
Yeah.
There I think you especially come into your own. Is this a trademark of yours, a sort of a fellow out there on a fringe?
Well, I happen to like that. I happen to like people like that. But this guy was not a person on the fringe, but he does do that. He kind of goes off for a while, and actually Sandra Gotti brought that in, I think, and he talked to John about it a little bit. Johnny was a real good writer, wrote a nice script to begin with, but then he went on to something else, and so Norman Steinberg did some things, and I remember them talking about taking this guy a little farther in his character, which was a great idea because he does go through those changes. Otherwise, it would have just been him in a bad predicament, and then him in a good predicament, and that would have been over. So that was fun. Getting back to the question of fringe, I'm a major fan of people just outside. Not necessarily bad.
Well, you said that you would never drink a Budweiser or drive a station wagon.
No,
as
I don't
Michael
think
Keaton,
so.
although Jack Butler does.
Yeah, yeah. But I probably, you know, who knows.
But when you do become kind of odd in the film, a little bit out of it, it's not that you're becoming abnormal, you're becoming so normal it's obsessive.
Yes.
So it's like a nice reversal.
That's right.
The soaps and everything else.
Well, and also that was the reason for the role. On paper, the guy you go, this is not interesting to do, but that's what was interesting. Here's a guy who's incredibly normal, and that's why I wanted to kind of do him.
Could you tell me something about the poker scene where you use coupons as markers? I thought that was brilliant.
That's a great scene. John Hughes wrote that scene. That was maybe one of that was like changed the least, I would say. That scene.
Is that something that you can relate to personally, or have you seen this sort of thing happen?
No, but I can believe that, you know, a guy would get to be friends with the girls in the neighborhood, and, you know, to show them a new way to have some fun in the afternoon.
Michael, you've had 2 solid hits, and I'm predicting well in advance that this movie is going to be one of the big hits of the season, one of the best comedies I've seen in a long time.
Oh, good. Thanks.
But where are you right now in your career? I would guess in a very enviable position.
Yeah, real enviable. Right now, easier probably than Night Shift. Night Shift was great, but, you know, it didn't, you know, it didn't make, you know, to make me a millionaire, or I mean, to make, you know what I mean, financially it wasn't like a killer, and plus you got to wait to see what comes up after that, so that's like a strange time. This is nice, you know, having 2 under your belt and hope that they're okay, that's a nice position to be in.
Permit me to daydream just a minute.
Sure.
Why don't we get you together again with Ron Howard and make a good baseball movie?
There you go.
Because when I talked to Ron, that was one of his ambitions, was to make a good baseball film.
Yeah.
And why don't we have a film like that? Let's do
I
it.
don't know. I've been talking about a baseball movie myself for a long time.
I mentioned this because someone had told me that you were an avid sportsman.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see that happen.
Yeah, it'd be great.
What's coming up next? What's happening right now?
A baseball movie with Ron Howard that we've been working on.
Funniest thing.
A movie called Johnny Dangerously, which is, if you can't do a baseball movie, I say do a gangster movie.
There you go.
And this is a movie about the 30s gangsters, Cagney-type movies, Cagney and Garfield. And,
Played fairly straight?
No.
Good.
Played incredibly unstraight. This is a movie where there ain't no doubt about what this sucker is. I mean, this is a script people are going insane over already before it's even out.
Michael Keaton, thank you, Mr.
All right.
Mom.
Thanks a lot.
For the 20th Century Fox production, Mr. Mom, also starring Terry Garr and Ann Jillian. This one you have to see. Thank you.